If you want a fun, fast car but don't want the extra gas costs of a V8, there are still a ton of great options out there. Look at the twin-turboed Cadillac CT4V Blackwing. Those look great and hit 60 miles an hour in just 4 seconds. Financially speaking though, it wouldn't really make much sense to spend 60 grand on a Blackwing to save 50 bucks a month on gas. I can think of a way to get one for much, much cheaper though.
I had to beat an old lady with a stick to get these.
That's a road we definitely won't go down for this video though, so here are 10 of the quickest American V6 cars for anyone with a budget of 20,000 bucks. Let's get into it. I quickly have to say all acceleration times are from Car and Driver or Motor Trend tests, and prices are for cars with no accidents and under 80 or 100,000 miles, and 95% from dealerships, so private sales could have better prices if you're fine with that. Also, if you haven't seen my video on the overall fastest V6 American cars, check that out next, and please let me know if I missed any cars here, what videos you want to see, or if you have any questions. Without further ado, first up, and trust me, these pick up fast, is the 04 to 08 Pontiac Grand Prix GTP. These had supercharged versions of the very reliable GM 3800 engines, making 260 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque for a 0 to 60 time of 6.6 seconds. These are the oldest cars here, but they're also the cheapest. The real downside, though, is that these are not as easy to find as they used to be. I remember just so happening to go look at one of these when I was shopping around for my first car, but now they seem very rare at dealerships, at least online. Other models that also had this supercharged 3800 engine were the Buick Park Avenue and Regal, Chevy Monte Carlo, and Pontiac Bonneville. So with the Grand Prix being harder to find, those could be worth looking into as well. You know, since Pontiac pieced out a little while ago.
I'm not leaving. They're gonna need a wrecking ball to take me out of here.
Next up is almost a surprising one, and it's the 14 to 20 Chevy Impala LTs, which hit 60 miles an hour in 6.1 seconds. With that time, 300 horsepower, good reliability, and some not bad looks inside and out, I'd say these are a pretty decent choice. The only issue with these would really come from comparing them to some of the other quicker or more fun ones here, but overall,
nice.
Third is what I think is another semi-surprising one, but it's the Dodge Challenger SXTs from 2015 and after. I'm not even going to try to be one of those guys who's like, Dodges are boats. But I really didn't think at first that these would make the list because of the weight. But if anything, I thought the GTs with all-wheel drive might have been the quickest option. Apparently, though, the regular SXTs are just a little quicker to 60 than the GTs. Motor Trend got a 6-second time out of these, and the ones from 2011 to 14 aren't bad either with auto 5 speeds instead of the newer 8 speeds, but those hit 60 in about half a second slower. Next up is one I bet a lot of people were expecting, and it's the 5th gen V6 Camaros with a 0 to 60 time of 5.9 seconds as tested by Car and Driver. These came with 3.6 liter V6s making a little over 300 horsepower, which was pretty respectable at the time. These are also decent looking cars and definitely seem a little cheaper to me than they used to be. Years ago, and it's probably still true, 5th gen Camaros and one other car on this list were always my first thought for budget fun cars. Just when buying any sporty budget car, be careful not to catch the bug of sticking claw marks everywhere you can possibly fit them.
It's not a phase, Mom. It's my life.
Now back to a sedan, we've got the 08 to 13 Cadillac CTSs with the 3.6 liter V6s. These hit 60 in about 5.8 seconds with 300 horsepower. They also sold 4-cylinder and 3 liter V6 versions of these, but those weren't as quick as these ones. As a cheaper for this list, quick daily driver, I think these are really great options too because they've got a decent amount of room, aren't super expensive, and don't look too bad. And now a big thank you to our sponsors, Bank of D's, hanging around when you need us. Half Foods, you don't need the calories anyway. And My Wallet, emptier by the day. Alright, thank you guys for sticking with us through the break. Continuing on with the list, we've got the S197 Mustangs with 3.7 liter V6s, which were sold between 2011 and 2014. Car and Driver got a 0 to 60 time of 5.4 seconds with these, which kind of surprised me because of how much quicker it is than the similar year Camaros. I was also surprised that the tested time I could find for the S550 V6s was 5.5 seconds from Car and Driver 2. A couple people think that that's probably just from Ford trying to phase out the V6s for the EcoBoosts at that time, but I didn't want to add these separately since the times are so similar and to mix things up a little more. Both of these generations are great though, with 300 horsepower and a fairly light two-door good-looking car. The S197s are generally going for like 11 to 17,000 bucks, and the S550s are around 16 to 22,000. Now we just need 2011 and 12 GT prices to go down because I cannot justify spending 25 grand for one, but honestly,
I need it!
And for number 7 with another 0 to 60 time of 5.4 seconds, it's the 2013 to 19 Cadillac ATSs. The ones from before 2016 have 3.6 liter V6s making 321 horsepower and were the ones to hit that 5.4 time. The 2016 and newer ones were a little more powerful with 335 horsepower and 285 pound-feet of torque, but with an 8-speed auto instead of the older 6-speed, it took 0.2 seconds longer to hit 60 miles an hour, and both tests were done by Car and Driver. Now is the one everyone's probably been waiting for. It's the 2010 to 19 twin-turbo Ford Taurus SHOs with a time of 5.2 seconds. I feel like most people already know about these, but for anyone who doesn't, they make an awesome 365 horsepower and 350 pound-feet of torque and seem to go for around 16 to 23,000 bucks for one in great shape.
I'll take your entire stock.
There's also the Lincoln MKSs with the same engine in 0 to 60 time, but prices for those seemed higher enough to me that I didn't think I should add them. The SHOs though are great deals and good sleepers, but still have some excitement potential whether it's for looks or performance, and are very highly spoken of. Second to last for today is the 13 to 19 Cadillac STS V Sports with another 5.2 second 0 to 60 time. These are great contenders with the SHOs, with their own twin turbo V6 making 410 horsepower. The downside is they're heavier at around 4,500 pounds and cost between 18 and 30 grand, which I know is kind of a crazy range, but that's just what I've been seeing. If you want something with a sporty handling feel, these probably wouldn't be it though, because Car and Driver really emphasized the not so great feel. They do have really awesome interiors and a lot of power though. There are also CTS V Sports, but cheaper listings for those were still like 25,000 bucks. Now, as the fastest American V6 car for under $20,000, it's the 2016 to 2024 V6 Camaros with a very respectable 5.1 second time from Car and Driver. That time was with a 2016 manual, and with a 2016 auto, they got a 5.2 second time. Motor Trend even got a manual 2022 V6 5-second flat time, but because those are newer and I don't think you'd find one in this budget, I figured we'd just go with the 5.1 time. With prices I found starting around $19K and going up to $24K, these definitely cut it close, but I'm kind of surprised they made it at all. Either way, they have a great acceleration and look great from the outside. The only thing that doesn't totally sell me on these is the interior, which is nice, but also a slightly strange layout to me. It could be only preference, or maybe it's the center vents being as low as they are, which would blast your shifting hand and thigh. Although, having that lower airflow could stop you from having to make your passengers uncomfortable on those extra hot days.
Derek, why'd you take your pants off? My balls was hot. I understand.
For quick honorable mentions, we've got GMC Cyclones and Typhoons and Grand Nationals, which are all quick, but too hard to find at all and are priced way too high for this list. Some that were fast enough but seemed a little too expensive are twin-turbo Ford Fusion Sports with a 5.1 second time, Buick LaCrosse Premiums, which apparently have a very unreliable 3.6 liter engine but hit a 6.1 second time, and the 17 to 20 twin-turbo Lincoln MKZ with a time of 5.2 seconds. Like I said, let me know if I missed any good ones here, or if you have experience with any of these, if you have any questions, or what videos you want to see in the future. As always, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great day.